Hey, this is Tim Dresser with a little tutorial for you. This tutorial for the 2012 IJA tutorial competition will feature several variations of the Mills Mess pattern. If you aren't already familiar with Mills Mess, I'd suggest you check out YouTube or head down to your friendly local juggling club and figure out how it's done. We'll focus on synchronous Mills Mess, half Mills Mess, and time reversed Mills Mess, but we'll also cover some other closely related tricks. We're going to begin by taking a look at the traditional Mills Mess pattern. Notice how all of the throws happen from the outside of the pattern, whereas all of the catches are lined up along the middle. The first variation we're going to look at is similar to normal Mills Mess, but lines up the throws into 5 neat columns. Notice that the hand on top always throws the orange ball straight up and down. To start learning this trick, begin by focusing on this throw from the hand on top. Once you've established this central column, try to make your other throws move straight up and down. This trick doesn't look very different from a traditional Mills pattern, but we'll build off of it for the next few variations, so make sure you get this clean. Now, on to our first real variation, synchronous Mills Mess. Start off with mills and columns, as we were just practicing. When you go to throw one of the balls in an outside column, you'll notice that you're already holding on to the ball in the middle column. In my case, when I go to throw the blue ball, the orange ball is already in my hand, ready to be thrown. When you throw the ball in the outside column, throw the ball in the middle column at the same time. Do this continuously, and you'll be doing a synchronous Mills Mess. Now, to make things a little spicier, we're going to add a claw throw and catch. When throwing the ball in the central column, point your hand downwards. Leave your hand pointed downwards as you catch the ball in the outside column. It's that simple. When your throws are synchronous, it becomes far more obvious if your throw heights are inconsistent. For synchronous mills and synced clawed mills, make sure that the pair of balls thrown at the same time peak at the same height. This will make the pattern look a lot cleaner, but will take some practice. We're going to change gears a little bit to half Mills Mess. Don't worry though, we'll see synchronicity and clawedness again in no time flat. To start learning half Mills Mess, start in a right middle left, or 4-2-3 pattern. After you throw the ball in the far left, instead of grabbing it with your left hand, reach over and grab it with your right. Then, with your left hand, reach under and throw a ball into the rightmost column. Then continue in right middle left. Once you're comfortable with this, run it continuously. This is known as half Mills Mess. You might feel a little deja vu here. It's time for synchronous half Mills Mess. If you think that's a mouthful, wait for the next variation. To synchronize this trick, follow the same method you did for full synchronous mills. When you go to throw with the hand underneath, throw with the hand on top at the same time. Remember, keep an eye on those throw heights. You'll notice that in this pattern, one hand is always on top. To turn this into a half synced clawed Mills Mess, just face the hand on top downwards throughout the whole trick. Let's get started on time reversed Mills Mess. Time reversed Mills Mess is the pattern you get when you take a video of Mills Mess and play it back in reverse. To start learning this pattern, juggle a few rounds of mills and columns, like we did in the first variation we talked about. To change this into time reversed Mills Mess, when you throw a ball, which would normally go in the outside column, throw it instead one closer to the center. In my case, when I go to throw a blue ball, instead of throwing it in the outside column, I throw it adjacent to the center column. This is almost a time reversed Mills Mess, but the shape is all wrong. Remember that in a traditional Mills Mess, all the catches happen in the center of the pattern. In a time reversed Mills Mess, we need to make sure that all the throws happen in the middle of the pattern. Practice throwing from near the center of the pattern and catching at the outside. It will take a while, but once you get this smooth, you'll be doing a time reversed Mills Mess. Jugglers know that in Mills Mess, you cross your arms. But did you know you can cross them the opposite way? To learn this pattern, it helps to focus on a single ball, the ball which is normally thrown by your hand which is on top. In my case, this is the orange ball. To enter into this trick, after throwing this ball, keep your arms crossed the same way, and catch the ball with the arm which is underneath. When the time comes to throw this ball again, throw it above the other balls, across to the other side of your body. You should catch it with the arm which is now on the bottom. I'm not sure if this trick has a name, but I've been calling it flipped arm mills. If we're calling that last trick flipped arm mills, then I guess this one is half flipped arm mills. The neat thing about this mills variation is that your arms are always crossed the same way. The original transition into the pattern is the same as flipped arm mills. Throw the ball from the hand on top without changing your hand positions, and catch it with the arm which is underneath. This time, when you throw the ball back to the other side, don't change your arm positions. You'll be catching this ball with the arm which is on top. Run this continuously, and you'll be able to attain puzzled looks from jugglers and non-jugglers alike. So that's it for this tutorial. There are plenty more mills variations to learn though. Start by making sure you can do all the asymmetric tricks we talked about on both sides. Then try throwing in some side swaps, some body throws, and whatever else you come up with. Good luck, and make sure to check out some of the other spectacular entries in the 2012 IJA tutorial contest.